Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Very good. Well, we'll
Good
get
morning.
started. Good morning. We'll get started today. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, everyone. We're so excited to be together again for another New Mexico Minority Business Development Agency Spotlight Series, a very long name, MBDA Spotlight Series. And it's a great opportunity where we invite anchor institutions throughout the state of New Mexico to come share with the group about opportunities related to what is coming up, the forecast, what opportunity for small businesses in the state of New Mexico to work directly with them. And today we're so lucky to have the City of Raton that's going to come and present to our group. And in addition to talking about opportunities, they're also going to talk about other opportunities not related to contracting, but maybe about economic development and having part of your operations perhaps in that city, and they'll explain why, all the reasons that any business should do that. So again, my name is Gabriela Marquez. I serve as center director for the business center here throughout the state. If you're already not connected to MBDA, please send us an email. We'll make sure they are connected to all the services. We should be recording this. Sophia, if you can help us record as soon as the team at City of Raton starts. So I'll let them share. So just as a reminder, all the presentation will be emailed to everyone, so everyone has access to it. So don't feel like you have to be taking intense notes. Of course, you can take notes, but all of it will be emailed to everyone and just at the end of the day, as soon as we get the revised version. And this will also be recorded. That way you can watch it again and stop and watch it, at your leisure. So thank you so much. I'll pass it over to Cynthia Molina. She's the Director of Economic Development with the City of Raton.
Thank you so much. It's a great honor and pleasure to be here with all of you. And I'm here with my colleague, Jaden Welch. And Jaden was partially responsible for my joining the city. So it's really an honor and appropriate to have him here because we really want to welcome you, not only to bid on our business here in New Mexico's Gateway City, but also, as Gabriela mentioned, to consider setting up a satellite office here or relocating. So the theme of our presentation today is just to share with you hidden opportunities in this gateway city. If you're not familiar with the city of Raton, we say it with a funny accent like Raton, but you're welcome to say it however you want. We are right off Interstate 25. We're about 6.5 miles south of the Colorado border, right at the base of the Raton Pass. And we're about 3.5 hours from Denver, Albuquerque, and Amarillo, Texas. So a really interesting geography. The lower part of our city kind of looks like high desert steppes and sort of 4x4 off-roading recreation landscape. And then the upper part of the city is really the base of the Rocky Mountains, and it's just gorgeous mountain terrain with creeks and fishing and lakes, and just stunning area with campgrounds and so on. So we will tell you more about our very delightful city as we move forward. What we want to do is encourage you to understand that our city has a special outlook about disadvantaged businesses generally. We believe there are really pearls, hidden gems in and among disadvantaged businesses, people who have had to work extraordinarily hard to get where they are. And we think that you may be sort of disproportionately appropriate for our city, meaning we think you're a match for the kind of culture we have here in the city of Raton. We are really renewing the American dream. We're a city, like many rural communities, that has been plagued with rural American blight. We used to be a coal mining town with a freight operation, a horse racing track, and a power plant. And all of that went away in the last 5 decades, much of it in the last 3 decades. And so we are really hungry for talent and for people with vision and tenacity who are willing to work hard, kind of like the pioneers, the new pioneers of American culture willing to come in and help us turn around this city. And so we would count on you to not only bid on opportunities, but just drive up someday and check out our restaurants here, pop in, and we use the pop by word on purpose. You don't have to make an appointment. You can just pop in. Our economic development office is right inside City Hall, and we will make time for you if you come by to hear what you do and to talk about how you might be a match for our city. If you come in now before a lot of our initiatives are done being implemented, you'd really get a really significant first mover advantage in our city. We have entire categories of industries and businesses that are missing in our lovely town. And if you're a first mover in, you will get the vast majority of our attention, and we'll help you be successful. We also have a gateway soft landing program, which means we have subject matter experts, SMEs, subject matter experts, who are all poised to help you come into the city. We have people who can help you find commercial real estate, residential real estate, accountants, tax attorneys, anything you might need. So we're happy to wrap around you. And that goes with the procurement too. If you're not planning to maybe come up here and visit or have a satellite office, if you just want to be involved in the procurement process ahead of procurements, we're happy to talk to you about the kinds of things the city needs. And then, of course, we have a fair bidding process where everyone's on equal footing for the procurement. Ahead of that, please do let us know about you. We want to hear about you. And we are a city that's in motion. We are making a recovery. And so since we're making a recovery, if you get yourself aligned with us, we'll take you along for the ride. So we're very happy to let our momentum accelerate your organizational growth. If you register online on our website, and we can show you how to do that in the Q&A portion of this, you can cherry pick our most lucrative opportunities. Our announcements go out through some of the big Del Tech, GovWin, IQ kind of resources, as well as through your own channels. So you'll hear about what's available here. And we want you to have a profitable presence here in the city, whether remote or on premises. And then we can help you either expand from wherever you are into our city, or expand from our city into those three directions I mentioned: the Denver market, the Amarillo market, and the Albuquerque Santa Fe market. So whichever direction you're going, we believe in businesses, we believe in growth, and we are really warm and welcoming to disadvantaged businesses, because we think disadvantaged businesses work extremely hard. So one thing I would say about the criteria for businesses entering our market: we are not fans of mercenary businesses. We're fans of hardworking social benefit businesses that believe that it's possible to make an extraordinary profit while making an extraordinary difference in the world. And you've probably all heard what I heard early on in my career, which is no margin, no mission. So we want organizations that are really committed to the health of their companies, their own margins, and also that are trying to contribute to the greater good. So we really attract people who have more heart than usual. If you have a lot of heart, please come here. If you're a ruthless, mean person, please don't come here. And we do want to just surround you and bring you into our very warm and nurturing community. We believe that any business that is thoughtful would have an interest in helping to create ever more capable clients, and those ever more capable clients can in turn help their clients. So if you help us as a client, we're hoping you're making us more capable as a city, and we can then in turn serve our own constituents. So that'll be a great joy, and all of us can help lift all boats so that we're supporting the greater good and a really functioning society and human flourishing through everything that we do, and that we're contributing to individuals, organizations, and the communities around us overall. Do you have any thoughts to add there?
I think you're doing such a wonderful job.
Thank you. All right, so let's talk about positioning yourself as a social benefit enterprise. We think that in the bidding process, there's really a tone difference that comes from organizations that are really committed to the well-being and productive capabilities and socioeconomic status of organizations that are really, in fact, we just had a bidding process, and the vendor who won had an awful lot of capability in their presentation. So head to head, they were really stronger technically than the other folks who had bid on the job. And one of the key elements of their proposal is how much heart it had. They came into our town, they looked around, we could feel the excitement in their proposal about what they hoped to see in our city and what their ideas were. And frankly, they produced this really kind of goofy, homegrown video where they were just kind of the kind of people that are in our town, but also had kind of the worldliness and sophistication to help us. So they were really bridging the have and have not gap. We're kind of in the have not realm right now, and they made us feel good. They honored our newness to what we were trying to accomplish and said, hey, we're going to come in and we're going to help you as peers and friends, and we'll all march through this together. So again, it's really that kind of organization that we're keen on bringing into our community. And there's a reason for that. You've probably heard that success and failure bring out the true nature of things. Success and failure bring out the true nature of things. So when little towns like ours are in economic turmoil, there's always a risk that we could become, we could start eating our own, that people could be pointing fingers and being angry and ruthless. And we don't want that here. We want people, the true nature of them is hearts of gold, lots of forgiveness, lots of collaboration. So if you're that kind of person, please do come up here. We're doing some amazing things here in the city. They're probably going to take about 18 months before they're fully functioning. So one of the things that is happening here is we have a new XR multimedia studio with a film and gaming workforce development program underway. We took an old elementary school and we just went out to bid to get contractors for it. Jaden can answer questions if you have any questions about that. And the thing about XR is it's so cool. It's not like, if you guys know anything about it, it's not like having green screens the way we used to do movies when I was young. And instead, it is having almost a gaming environment all around the actors, so that the actors look like they're really embedded in the scene, and the scene is filmed live with not a lot of after work required. And if a camera's up or down or left or right, if it's panning, everything adjusts automatically to make the scene really look realistic. So this is really a state-of-the-art facility. And as you can imagine, having this kind of facility creates a need for vendors in every aspect of content production, which means the whole creative economy, people who know design and videography and cinematography and so on, all of those folks, but also the business side, producers, people who are doing set design, people who are feeding the actors, people who are putting in hotels to house the actors, transportation people. So this is sort of the center of an entire ecosystem. We're also bringing in broadband into the city. So we have some areas of the city that have, what would you say, 300 up and 300 probably down, and what, maybe 50 up? What would you say?
We have 300 down, 100 up. Here.
100 up. So, but there are other parts of the city where internet access is still a little spotty. So we won a ton of money through grant applications, our colleague Ann Tice and some other folks. And we are bringing in broadband to every corner of the city. We're also, our whole city is an opportunity zone, which is very cool. And there are all kinds of incentives, financial incentives for opportunity zones. And another aspect of what we're doing is we're bringing in, and you won't have to see this, we're going to hide it. We're bringing in a wrecker salvage and recycling business because since the city was declining, we have a lot of old parts, old refrigerators and washers and dryers and broken tractors and cars. And we're trying to pull those out of behind fences and reuse those materials and create an entire salvage centric ecosystem where we get into recycling and metal purification and then metal fabrication and just ensure that every bit of the 30 to 50 years of accumulation of junk in our city becomes a competitive advantage, not a deterrent to residents and businesses coming in. As I'm going through, if there are any questions, please do jump in. I'm not sure how we'll accommodate that, and I'm sure we can figure it out. Okay, so I mentioned Gateway City Soft Landing Program first. How cool to do business with or business in the Gateway City. If you are coming south from Wyoming and Colorado and you go over the 7,800-foot Raton Pass, down that decline at the very base of that, there's an exit that will take you through right through the heart of town. So we have a little Raton Pass motel right there. And we're putting in you'll see a bit of rural American blight when you come in, meaning some dilapidated properties that are all getting queued up for remediation in a systematic way, which I'll talk about. But it'll take you right through the heart of downtown on 2nd Street. And you can go all the way on 2nd Street back onto Interstate 25, or you can make a left at Clayton Road and you'll get a bunch of motels there and some restaurants, a McDonald's, Sonic, Domino's Pizza. So we have a nice mix of homegrown restaurants like 111 Park, which is our amazing coffee shop, another Sage coffee shop, and some great ice cream places and candy shops and heirloom organic food shops. So if you're coming up, we'll give you the little, here, try checking out these places. So it'll be a great place to visit. In addition to that, as I mentioned, we have a bunch of subject matter experts, and like Jaden and me, they want you here. We want like-minded, pioneering, hardworking, gracious people coming here, and we will wrap around you. And that is not only in the state of New Mexico, but we also have a regional alliance with Southern Colorado. So they've got Trinidad State College just about 25 minutes from us, north on I-25. They have their own emergent campus where you can learn about AI and a bunch of technology innovations. And then within Raton, we have our own educational center for community innovation. We have an award-winning Main Street program. We have best practices, economic development consulting firm here called Better City, and also Grow Raton. And all of these organizations will wrap around you and make your landing really easy, whether your landing is just trying to get business contracts from us, or if you're interested in maybe setting up a satellite office or a home here. The three really core areas of our economy right now, aside from the salvage and recycling program that I mentioned, are outdoor adventures, because we got that, off-roading element and that camping, hunting, fishing element. So outdoor adventures. We have really cool artisan enterprises that are making amazing food products and other products. We have a leather journal manufacturing organization here. So very cool. And then, as we mentioned before, that XR multimedia studio. So whether you're in the sort of rough and tumble, wrecker, salvage, recycling, hardcore, metal work type of area, or some of these other industries, we want and need you to bid on opportunities. So there are sort of standard recurring procurement needs that we have, office supplies and so on. But then we also have bidding opportunities and RFPs. And because we're a city with blight, meaning we kind of got run down when the coal mining operations and freight and racetrack and power plant went away, we need everything. So I'll turn it over to Jaden there. Jaden, if you want to give them a sense of the
Sure.
breadth and depth of opportunities.
Yeah, like Cynthia mentioned, we frequently have opportunities. In fact, we have one coming up for property cleanup and building demolitions to help clean up our community. We're going through it bit by bit and trying to eat the elephant. And so we're hoping to make really good progress in that over the coming years. So if that's the type of business you're in, we will have a lot of more of those opportunities coming down the pipeline. We also have everything from road resurfacing projects to building improvements, from everything from paint. We just painted the library this last year. We need to paint the visitor center next year, but not until we repair some stucco. We also have a big electrical update. We have a lot of cloth wiring in our old historic fire department and Schuler Theater, which are right next to each other. So that is an opportunity that will be coming up soon. Cynthia mentioned the Kearney Film School, which is out for bid for construction right now. That actually closes on Thursday. Bids are due Thursday by 2 p.m. And last week we had a opportunity close for pest control services, nuisance bird abatement at our aquatic center. Speaking of the aquatic center, we've had multiple projects for pumps replacement and rebuilds, to bathroom renovations. There's the potential that in the future we would do a phase 2 on that project and incorporate some sort of a convention center into that site. We also have RFPs for professional services. One of them that will be coming up is a master services agreement for our dam and watershed. We own the Sugary State Park, which is up at the state line. We also own our watershed, which stretches into Colorado. And so we'll be looking for engineering firm to come in and really handle and address all of the projects, help us prioritize what projects we need to do at our dams and watersheds. As well as we have a separate opportunity for our in-town water infrastructure. We're looking for a separate master services agreement for our freshwater treatment, as well as our wastewater treatment plants. Especially our wastewater treatment plant will be coming due for some improvements. And so that would be a big project that we're looking to take on.
Airport, perhaps?
We have a municipally owned airport that has projects every year generally. Right now, we have a new electrical vault going in, as well as taxiway B reconstruction. So we'll be reconstructing our taxiway, including lighting improvements, runway lighting and whatnot. So there really are an incredible number of opportunities, not to mention we frequently go out for water treatment chemicals, the various chlorines and flocculants required for treating our water here. Every year or so, we go out for a new agreement on those. We have youth programs that we I don't know what you call it when you kind of are the host for these programs.
Sponsor, funder.
Yeah. So we'll go out for requests for proposals on folks to come in and run those youth programs. Solid waste disposal contracts, you name it. If you call in and have something that I haven't mentioned, there's a good chance that there would be a need for it.
So we're talking just about every industry, just about every kind of business we need. And if you're not just bidding on opportunities, responding to RFPs, if you're a business owner, small business owner, we probably need your kind of business. Like we need laundromats, dry cleaners, more restaurants,
electricians, plumbers,
every kind of
everything.
skilled trade
Yeah.
you can imagine.
Mhm.
We need workforce housing. We need babysitters. We need, you can imagine. So please do consider, even if you're not bidding on opportunities or responding to RFPs, please do look at our city. We are really the magnet city in Colfax County. We are the county seat. So the county building is right across the street from us. And they have all kinds of projects as well.
Mhm.
For me, I think one of the predictors of bidding opportunities or RFPs is grant money. So we will be posting a list of the grants we've gotten. We've gotten something like $10 million in grants over the last couple of years,
Mhm.
just from making a concerted effort to get that money in here. And if we have the grant money, we need to spend it. And we have time limitations for the expenditures. So we, for example, our brownfield grant, where we're going to be assessing and planning remediation for all of these EPA contaminated or potentially contaminated properties, we have 4 years to spend that money or we lose it. And there's other opportunities where we start getting near the deadline, and boy, we are really hungry to be able to make good use of the money that we won. So please keep an eye on things. We're in the middle of upgrading our website. It's a little clunky right now. We apologize for that. That's why we want those gracious, pioneering personalities that are willing to do a little rough and tumble kind of business with us, and we'll welcome you. So I mentioned we're in this really incredible location. So you can see Raton right at the base of the Raton Pass on I-25. I just drove up to Laramie, Wyoming, up I-25. It was a gorgeous drive. And of course, I've been down to Albuquerque. I haven't yet driven over to Amarillo, but I'll do that soon. The nice thing about this location is it really enables sort of outreach either from those metropolitan statistical areas into the micropolitan statistical area that we're in, or vice versa. So very systematic expansion. And I also mentioned that we have this amazing collaboration with Southern Colorado and other cities in northern New Mexico, going all the way to Angel Fire and Eagle Nest out to Clayton, and up as you can see, into Walsenburg and Trinidad. So we all are suffering from this rural American blight and the loss of anchor businesses. And we know there's no point in our having anything but a supportive approach to each other. So if you make an opportunity for yourself in Raton, there's a very good chance you'll be able to move into some of these other municipalities. If you make a go of it in Colfax County, where we are, you'll probably get the adjacent counties too, and we'll do everything in our power to enable you to do that. You can see we're a lovely region, and this is an angle where you can't quite see how quickly the mountains go up. But you can see this is just a lovely area. If you do a close-up, you'll see a little lack of paint and some rust. And we're counting on you to get rid of that from the air. It just looks delightful. And you can imagine how beautiful it'll be when we're done with the renovations in the city. The main thing is, if you've been in a disadvantaged business, and I have myself, you know how hard it is to really gain acceptance and support in a community. And this is a community that will love you and appreciate you, and love and appreciate and nurture your business. And you'll, I think, feel that from the very beginning. So count on us as good neighbors, whether you're bidding on opportunities or coming here. We're going to help you feel that we are a region that welcomes, appreciates, and rewards you, and isn't just looking for transactional relationships. We want transformational relationships where all boats rise. So some of the solutions we need that Jaden was mentioning: critical infrastructure, including every kind of tangible property and digital systems and human capabilities. So we have all kinds of training and educational development initiatives here that we need help with and that we run. We want startups. We want, if any of you are consultants and can help our existing businesses, we want consultants here who, and that includes legal consultants, financial consultants, business growth consultants, marketing consultants, you graphic designers. You can imagine we need everything to protect and grow our existing businesses. And we're also out to attract some magnet enterprises. So Jaden and I were just chatting the other day, like, we have a McDonald's that's one of the busiest McDonald's in all of New Mexico. It's crazy. They get over 600,000 visits a year, and some, I think, 17 minutes of dwell time. We have a really cool AI-enabled software system called Placer AI that says how much traffic there is, where people are coming from, where they're going to. And so we were just chatting, like, and Jaden almost made a move on this himself. Like, we need a drive-through coffee house. So if you are a disadvantaged business that has a coffee house, if you got there first, you'd be benefiting from 600,000 people driving through to go to McDonald's. And maybe your signage is better, or you have something special, and they say, forget the McDonald's coffee. Not that I'm against McDonald's, but you do have an opportunity there with that first mover advantage. Again, we are so committed. If you walk in the city manager's office, you'll see he's got workforce training and housing way at the top of his list. So if you're good at any of that, please let us know. And again, we need things that lift all boats. So anything contributing to human well-being or capabilities or financial and social status and standing, we need that. We have lots of openings for healthcare services and emerging services. We need a more affordable source of energy here. So our electricity is dependent on outsiders, and we really would love to eventually be power independent. So if you know something about that, please come. All our folks need website help and a digital presence, social media, and they need infrastructure support, everything from hardware of computers and servers to software and software support. We got a ton of money for transportation, and the I-27 is going to be coming through here in, I guess, the next 10 years, right? So this will be not only a huge location for I-25, because it's right where Texans and anyone coming up I-25 or coming down I-25 would be, but also people coming in from the east. So there'll be opportunities there. And of course, we need banks and financial services as well. So
The new school too.
oh,
It's a huge
yes,
project.
please talk about that.
The school district is evaluating proposals now for architectural and engineering services to design a new school that will be consolidating basically all of our schools in town into this one new facility. They're anticipating it'll be on the order of $100 million project. And that will bring in a lot of opportunities, not only for a prime contractor, but they will need countless subs, I'm sure. And in addition to that, before we get the I-27 project, another big project that's coming up is they're going to be redoing one of our interchanges in town. They'll be actually pulling down the overpass one side at a time, and that's currently in design, and will be out for construction in the near future as well.
So what we're inviting you to do is come to us with a really structured way of describing yourself. So you would say, you know, who is your customer and what are their circumstances? What kind of challenges can you help overcome? How do you do that? And what are the results? And if you come to us with that kind of thoughtful self-description, whether you're serving us or serving the city we serve, we will warmly welcome you. What we're trying to do is bring in pioneering spirits with hearts of gold who can help us recreate the American dream so that we have the American dream renewed. And we need your help reversing the blight that we have. We think this is a really unique time for you to come here ahead of others. We'll wrap around you, make it easy for you, let you ride our momentum, and allow you to register online on our website, cherry pick the opportunities coming up, whether as prime vendors, subs, or any other role. And please consider bidding on our opportunities, making this your satellite office, or making it your home. And I'll stop there. Thank you so much for your interest, and I'll be happy, and so will Jaden, to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Thank you, both of you. I felt the warmth invitation, you know, and all the support that you guys are willing to give to business owners. So thank you. That's, I'm sure, very appreciative. So business owners don't feel alone in this journey. So typically with Spotlight series, we ask each of the business owners to just introduce themselves for like a minute, just share what kind of goods and services they have, and they can offer. And then, of course, they can follow up with you directly for a more lengthy, explanation of the services that they offer. So if it's okay, I'm going to start calling on some of the names. Feel free to introduce yourself to Cynthia and Jaden. Just share a minute, your products and services. Of course, if you have any questions, this is a great opportunity as well to do so. So maybe I'll start with Cindy Sharma.
Yeah, Cindy stepped out for a little bit. This is Chris Sharma. I'm with MYC Environmental and Construction. We are general contractors in electrical. We also do groundwater remediation systems and any contaminated dirt cleanup. As far as we also focus on asbestos and mold cleanup. And we are based out of Albuquerque.
So,
and we are 8A and women-owned business.
oh, lovely. We just picked the prime vendor for our EPA grant. They're Ayres Associates, AYRES Associates. So you may want to reach out to them.
Okay.
That's for professional services. They contract. We would be contracting out any ground the installation of any groundwater monitoring wells or any. Right now, we just have a assessment grant, which covers testing
and planning
and some planning, and I guess they can remove tanks like buried.
The underground storage tanks.
Yeah.
With that funding, and then with the idea that in a year or so we would be going back out with another application for a cleanup grant, and then
okay,
we'd actually be abating whatever.
Yes, we do all that too. We do dig and haul for contaminated dirt. We had a site in Raton that we used to do cultivation of contaminated, fuel contaminated dirt. Um, it's the Pinnacle gas station right in Raton.
Mhm.
Great to know. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, and maybe Chris, I'll encourage you to reach out to Cynthia and Jaden and find another time to share a little bit more. That way you can connect with the Prime, they already got it, but then just to, obviously they can become familiar with the services. That's why I asked you guys to actually share first. I know there was going to be a lot of overlap in the services that you offer, so fabulous.
All right, thank you.
Let's go with Gary Peterson.
Well, good morning.
Good
Gary
morning.
Peterson from Route 66 Auctions. I really enjoyed your presentation. It was really refreshing, and Raton is definitely one of my favorite stops, especially since my favorite restaurant is K-Bob's. So I think it's the only one left in New Mexico, so I always make it a stop. But I really enjoyed seeing your passion. We provide auction services especially for government services. We specialize that, and just anything extra. So all those junk piles you have laying around, if your recycling doesn't want to get it, we could auction it off. Anything really, we auction it all. So one of the things that we are on the state purchase agreement for live auctions. But even better, we are an approved service under the State Use Act with the Horizons of New Mexico. And so we can provide online auctions or live, whatever you prefer. Usually everybody likes online auctions nowadays. It's easy to attend. And, I have microphone and we'll travel. So thank you guys.
That's wonderful. And we'd love to make an intro to our salvage sector as well, because they'll be seeing some of the cars coming
Oh, yeah.
those backyards. So we'd love to hear from you. Thank you.
Okay,
we've
awesome.
been talking about surplus property for the
Mhm.
last year. We need to.
Yeah, it's a great way to kind of clean up, just a quick way, boom, it's piled it up in an area and auction it off, and people will come for it, and it'll help you kind of lessen some costs on that cleanup too, if you can just auction it off on the spot versus
Wow,
it around, and so it'll save you money in that sense.
that's great. Come on up. We'll meet you at K-Bob's.
Awesome, we're there.
All
Again,
right.
yeah, please reach out outside of this meeting as well. Follow up with an email or something.
Okay, will do. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gary. I'll ask Kenneth Garcia. You're already unmuted, so maybe you can share next.
Okay, my name is Kenneth Garcia. I'm with HHC Supply out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. We're a division of Hacienda Home Centers, who is local up north in Las Vegas, New Mexico, if ever needed deliveries or anything. But we have also the state price agreement for paint, interior, exterior. We have the price agreement with plumbing and plumbing supplies. We have also the HVAC and special filters. And we even deal with the schools with the CES and the MORs for the state of New Mexico. And we can, equipment, parts, almost anything you need. Boy, you got me lost of words here. Filters, ceiling tiles, anything. And I'm also mobile if needed.
I don't think we have a great source of that right now, do we?
Yeah, I'm not sure
That's great.
what avenue we use right now. Although speaking of avenues to procurement, you mentioned state price agreement and CES. That simplifies procurement. We don't always go that route, but it does simplify procurement. So if anyone's thinking about going and negotiating a state price agreement or a cooperative educational services, a CES agreement, that only makes it that much easier for us to utilize your services.
So this, your line of work here with the paint, the plumbing, the HVAC, all of that is really important to our recovery. So we welcome you. And did you say you were in Vegas?
I'm in Albuquerque, but we're
Okay.
part of the Hacienda Home Centers that's in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Okay, great. Oh, well, we always like an excuse to go down there and buy those tortillas at the, what is it, Spick and Span down there? So
Yes, it is. It is Spick and Span.
love to, if you're ever up there, we could drive down and meet you there, or you can come all the way up here and we'd love to host you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kenneth. I'm glad HHC supplies were present here today as well. Okay, I'm gonna ask Ruth Espinosa if you can share. We can't hear you. I cannot. I know that there's two Rufus Spinoza, so I don't know if the other one is the one connected to the audio.
It looks like it is. It looks like the other one's the one that's connected.
Okay, can you hear me? I just removed.
Yes, we can hear you beautifully.
Mhm.
Wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna do away with my Princess Leia headphones here.
It was a good look, Ruth. We liked it.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's a pleasure to meet everyone. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Thank you, Jaden. And thank you, Gabriella, for having us. So I am the business development rep at New Bay Group, and we are a small minority woman-owned business. And our contracting vehicles are 8A. We have the statewide price agreement and a CES contract. And just a little background, we're a small business. We have about 33 employees. We've been around for about 14 years now. And we started out by selling toners for copier machines. And now we've grown to have 3 divisions. And the first division that I would like to introduce to you, because I know we're limited on time, is the records management solutions. So one thing that makes New Bay Group unique and sets us apart is that we provide the services to diagnose, to basically separate, do an inventory, applying retention terms. We have a very close relationship with Tanya Vigil with the New Mexico State Records and Archives, and she helps us with guidance on putting trigger dates and retention rates on documents, whether it's for HR or finance or student records or city files as well. And so we go in and organize everything, and then we go into the scanning and digitization portion of modernizing records. We have found that there's a lot of schools, even cities and counties that are not modernized yet, and they're not ready they're not disaster ready if anything was to happen, right? And so that's where we can come in and definitely help make everything prepared, especially for audits, for legal matters. And once everything is digitized, and we have a day forward solution, which is enterprise content management. So we can create automated streamlined workflow solution to help create efficiencies and productivity, right? To enhance all that. And then we also help with IPRA compliance solutions as well as part of a workflow. I know lots of cities and counties receive a ton, and they're bombarded by IPRA requests. And so that's something that we can bring a solution to the table for. Another thing that we offer, another division that we offer is Verkada security cameras. And so I don't know if you're familiar with Verkada security cameras, but they are very robust and they offer facial recognition capabilities. So if there is a crowd and there's an event, then you can tell the system basically, look for blonde-haired woman, brown bag, blue logo, and it's going to go in and zero in on that person. And so it's highly integratable with other software, systems that you might have already. But it offers access control as well, and air quality sensors for any vaping in schools or in other areas. So it has vaping detection as well. And also Evolve technology. I don't know if you've seen, like these are basically weapons detection, security screening. So it's another solution that we can provide to the table. Some schools are using them already, most are not, but it definitely enhances the security capabilities for any weapons detection. And another division that we offer is the Sharps copiers and printers. So, we're double platinum certified here, and we are definitely HIPAA certified, NARA certified, and we would love to, I know there's more that we offer and we're limited on time, but I would love to continue this dialogue with you and see how we can support the City of Raton to meet your goals.
Thank you so much. Please do reach out.
Thank you so much, Ruth. Nice to meet you with Nube. And because I've been in conversation with other folks at Nube, and just to share that they have experience also working with smaller communities. So they had a big project working with, I think it was Red River and other communities as well in northern New Mexico. So yeah, they would be a great asset. Thank you. Roger Martinez.
Hello. I don't know. Oh, there I am. Okay. Good morning. I'm a civil engineering firm. We are registered with CES, SAMS, and the state of New Mexico. I can't remember what specific, it's not a price agreement with the state, but I'm also, what my specialties are water and wastewater. However, we do offer drainage and transportation and other type of needs similar to those. I did have a few questions concerning your actual community. If there was any planning documents, because I know that you have.
Yes.
Oh, you do have an.
Yeah, we have
adopted
3
plan?
planning documents. They're on the
Okay.
website. I can help you find them. If you can't find them on your own, call me and I'll help you find them. So we
Okay.
have a community-wide plan, we have a Main Street plan, and we have an economic development plan. The community-wide plan is about 250 pages. So there's like, we're
Okay.
serious.
Yeah, because something like that would affect the drainage study that you mentioned before, where your watershed drains through. Because if you need to protect certain assets within the community, that's definitely going to be pointing those things out to where the areas that you can divert flow and do the different things, the different items you want to perform, and especially with your roads and your, it's just community development type stuff. And it helps in planning, that is for certain. And then your future water needs, what you want to provide to your business, that do move in, and those type of things. Like I said, I'm a small business. I've essentially retired and just am serving the northern New Mexico rural communities. Also, with the utility personnel, I do offer like maintenance, operations and maintenance for your water systems, your wastewater systems, all of those type of items I can assist you with.
Where are you
that's
located,
what's
Roger?
that?
Where are you located?
I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay. Great.
Raton's a great place to retire.
I was just
Yes.
thinking, right? Shameless pitching
Yeah,
from both of us.
I see. Okay. Well, thank you for the opportunity. I'm currently registering on your website there. I was taking
Great.
a look at it, and yeah, I just need to provide you just with a few other documents. Oh, and I failed to mention I am a service disabled veteran-owned small business. So
Oh, nice.
Very good.
Thank you for your service.
thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing, Roger. And I think those are the folks. I know some people had to leave earlier. So what we'll do is as soon as Cynthia sends us the updated PowerPoint, I'll make sure to send it to the whole group. It's also recorded. I'll also send that. That way everyone can just go back to it. If there was a lot of opportunities that you guys mentioned just verbally, so it's helpful to go back to it and just take note to it. So I don't know if there's any additional questions before we close out this morning. Okay.
We
Well,
are so grateful to be invited to do this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jaden and Cynthia, and we will send out their contact information. It's also right there on the screen. This is really just an initial conversation. We hope that all the businesses take advantage and have lengthy conversations with Cynthia and Jaden and take on the invitation to go visit Raton and see for themselves, all the great things that they're talking about. So again, thank you so much for your time and for all the business owners that were able to join this morning, and we'll be in touch. Have a great day, everyone.
A lovely day to everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.